Are you a musician? Do you
No.
know someone who
Yes,
is a musician?
I do.
Do you have someone who wants to start in the music industry
sure.
or wants to know more about making it into a business rather than a hobby? How do you do that? Well, we've got an event that's happening here in Corpus Christi, and it's the second annual Coastal Bend Music Symposium, and it's happening right here in Corpus Christi. Casey Lain's House of Rock and the event organizer. Welcome. Good to have you back
Thanks for having me.
Live. Tell us about the symposium.
So this is our second annual. Last year we got together with our Coastal Bend Music Industry Symposium, and we invited pretty much anybody who's a musician or in the industry of all genres across the board. Got together in one room, talked about touring, talked about live entertainment, talked about CSAC, BMI, ASCAP, and it's all the different ways that you can kind of take your craft and how do you take that and monetize it. And talked about the business side of music. You know, we spend a lot of time throwing the parties and having the live events, and those are all fun, and that's what people always see, but there's a whole behind the scenes effort that sometimes is not talked about, and really here in Corpus Christi, no matter what genre of music you're in, we all have the same struggles, and the business operates the same behind the scenes, you know, so we wanted to get out in front of people and kind of have that discussion. It went well. People asked for it to come back again this year, so we're gearing up to do our second annual symposium this Thursday.
So Casey, talk to us about the schedule of events. From what I understand, there's many speakers and keynote speakers as well. Are they like workshops or?
They are. So we
Okay.
have different sessions. We're going to kick off with the breakfast at the Bay Jewel with some Chacho's tacos and South
Nice.
Texas style
Nice way to
yeah.
start
breakfast.
it off.
We'll
Right
get in with
there.
some of that, and then we're going to kick off kind of some housekeeping, some opening comments, and then we're going to have different sessions that take place at House of Rock. There'll be panel style sessions. We've got people from BMI and CSAC coming back in to visit the Texas Music Office. We've got Freddie Martinez Jr. Freddie Records is going to come sit on the
Yes.
panel. So we've got really good cross section, and we're going to talk about recording and being in the studio. We're going to talk about sync licensing and how to get your music into TV and movies and film. We're going to talk about how to copyright your music. We're going to talk about how to, once again, monetize your efforts of putting your craft in. You know, the live music aspect, which I'm the most familiar with,
Sure.
is the fun part, in my opinion. Doesn't always pay the bills, right? So how do we close that gap? So we'll have some sessions. We'll break for lunch. Todd Hunter's going to come in and speak for us at lunch, and then we're going to have two more sessions. Lunch will be provided. It's a free event. You can register at our TexasHouseOfRock.com website. We have limited space for this. We're going to hold about 200 people. We're a little over halfway past that, or to that mark already. So I would just suggest anybody who's interested in attending in the music industry should sign up, and it's free for musicians and everybody in the industry.
And this is for anyone who wants to really invest their lives in making their craft into a business.
Yeah. Absolutely, and, you know, and I don't have to tell you all because y'all support every Sunday, and y'all know the talent pool we have here in South Texas and the Coastal
Massive.
Bend. But there's so much rich music, and Corpus has such a rich musical history. But you get to a point of what's the next level. Once you form your band, you play some shows, and you record something. What do you do with it? So, really encouraging anybody who's interested to come out and learn to show up and listen. There's going to be the panelists will speak on their expertise, and then we'll have some questions and answers at the end of that, so people can ask specific questions, and we'll have some roundtable conversations in between sessions for people to kind of get some one-on-one time with some of these organizations and groups.
This is something that anybody can benefit from, whether they're already performing, whether they're thinking about it. They have questions. They always do, and this is free. This is something that's supporting all musicians. You're not going to find us anywhere. Take advantage of it, you know? I mean, take advantage of the fact that you're going to be able to go to this one day event, correct? And you're going to be able to cover everything you can possibly think of.
And what happened last year, which is really neat, and one of the things that was encouraging for us to do it again, is some people in our community have figured out certain aspects of this industry.
Right.
And so what I saw was people who maybe have done a really good job of touring. We're talking to younger people who've never been out on the road, and they start to share ideas and share methods of how to make it work. You know, this year we're kind of getting out of my comfort zone with the recording and the PROs and some of these other aspects of the industry, and so I'm looking forward to learning more. But people really were wanting to share their knowledge back and forth. And once again, you know, this doesn't have a specific genre. It's for everybody, from Tejanos to rockers to country music to songwriters,
between.
anybody.
I love it.
If it's in South Texas, it's happening, and you know that there are all these different genres.
Absolutely.
You could learn from this
Absolutely.
wonderful symposium. Second annual Coastal Bend Music Symposium happening February 15th, 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the House of Rock and the Bay Jewel right across the street.
Absolutely.
Very good. Casey, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. These guys.